what's up? It is Brianna. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, welcome. My name is Brianna. I do videos sort of like this one. I also make vlogs. Check them out. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe because, just please. I don't know how to convince someone to subscribe to my channel, so hopefully this video is enough convincing. But today I wanted to share with you guys something that has really bothered me this past month. So recently I've been doing a lot of traveling and I did some video diaries, and you can check those out. They will be somewhere on this page. I have been traveling and there are some things that I noticed that really should just be common sense, but this video is plane etiquette and how to act in an airport, because some people they don't understand, I guess, so I'll help you out maybe. If you see anyone at an airport and they are doing one of these things on this list and you agree with me, then maybe just pull this video up and show it to them, I guess. I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. First off, when we were on the plane, headed somewhere, there was a family behind us of children, and they were doing two things on this list. But the first one that they were doing, they sat down, waited till we got up in the air, 10,000 feet, were able to pull out the trays. They pull out food, set it down. It's fine, eat on the plane, I don't care. However, they brought Chinese food onto this plane, and it made the entire plane smell of Chinese food. And I mean, I'm fine with Chinese food, however, it didn't smell good. And to cloud the entire plane with this scent of your noodles and your meat just wasn't good. No smelly food. Like, I mean, it can't be any more obvious, but no smelly food, please. It probably bothers a lot of people, so maybe go with something that doesn't smell so bad, or eat before you get on the plane. So this family that was sitting behind me, same one who was eating the Chinese food, they had two children sitting behind Tyler and I, and then the mom was sitting on the end, and whatever. So we're sitting there, and all of a sudden I feel a dent to the back of my chair, and then I felt another hit, and then I found a couple more hits, and this child behind me is just kicking their feet, hitting the back of my chair, and the child next to the child behind me was also doing that and was also hitting Tyler's chair. Understand children screaming on flights, it's uncomfortable and they have to try to occupy themselves for the duration of the flight. However, as a parent and as a functioning member of society, you would think that maybe you would control your children's feet. Hey, stop. And I'm not the type of person to turn around and be like, hey, can you control your kid's feet? That's not something I would do. There might be people out there who will do that. However, that's not something Tyler nor I would do. And so for the entire trip, we felt kicking of the children's feet on the chair, and it was a 6-hour flight. So you can only imagine how annoying that is. So like, control your kid's feet, control your feet if you do that at, I don't know. Tyler had someone sitting next to him on one of our flights, and this guy smelled so bad. It just smelled like BO. And if you're going to get on a plane for however long, maybe you should shower first as a courtesy to yourself and the people you're staying next to, because God knows that we don't want to smell that, and I'm sure no one else does. So shower. Tyler didn't seem to think that this is a big deal. However, I do, and I'm sure other people agree with me, but I was trying to sleep. It was 8 o'clock at night on our flight home from somewhere, and this old man and whoever he was sitting next to were yelling at each other. They were just yelling at each other, but they were right next to each other. Not yelling at each other, just yelling to each other when they were next to each other. I feel like when the lights on the plane go dim, that's when everyone should be quiet. However, I was trying to sleep. There are other people trying to read and focus on doing work before they get to their destination, and having someone yelling in the background while you're trying to do those things is really difficult, and it's so annoying. And so just be quiet. You're next to each other, whisper. You don't need to be yelling. The person who was sitting next to them probably was miserable the entire flight because these old men just kept yelling. Not yelling like arguing, just yelling to communicate. Another thing is sleeping. Just like control yourself. I don't think it's that difficult. I mean, I understand you're sleeping, you can't really control yourself, but if you know that you're a crazy sleeper and you're snoring super loudly and you are gonna lean on the person next to you or whatever, maybe get a window seat or don't sleep on the plane. Because the people next to you aren't gonna want you sleeping on them or snoring in their ear. That's just me. Maybe you too. So this next one is be prepared. Whether you are checking in to your flight and trying to get your boarding pass and everything, have your IDs ready and be ready to go when they say next. And there are so many times that the line is so backed up because people don't have their IDs ready, or the line was so backed up, and not to mention Tyler and I were pretty hungover, so the last thing we wanted to deal with was waiting in line. So we were in the back of the line, and it was a pretty long line, but everyone was taking so long at the counter because they had to dig through their bags to try to find their IDs when they had the entire length of the line to find it and put it in their hand ready for the people at the desk to be able to check them in. It just drives me crazy. But also when you are going through security and they say to have your shoes off if you're not flying pre-check, if you have to take your shoes off and take your laptop out of your bag and take your jacket off and your hat off and everything. But everyone waits till the last second that they get up to the table and trying to hurry to get through because people are gonna miss their flights. But when you see you are getting up to the security checkpoint, take your shoes off, take your laptop out of your bag, take your jacket off. I mean, and lastly, people who get upset with the weather delays and yell at the people working, they are not putting you on this flight not because they want to make you mad. They're not putting you on this flight so that you don't get hurt, so that they don't have lawsuits against them. I don't understand. We were flying from, we had a 4-hour delay in St. Louis, Missouri, and everyone was so irritated. And I started getting angry too, but like that's nothing that the people there can control. It's the weather. Sorry you live in a state or visiting a state that has tornadoes and hurricanes. Like, it happens. But don't get upset and yell at the people who are just trying to help you. They can't change the weather. They can't do anything about it, so maybe you shouldn't fly at that time. I don't know. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any other plane etiquette suggestions or just any other ideas for people flying and how to make their time easier and everyone else's time around them easier, please leave them in the comments below. I would like to read more of them, and that way I can compare what I do with what other people suggest I do. But I hope you guys got something out of this video. If you did, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. Follow my Twitter and my Instagram. They will be linked down below. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.